Hello there, and welcome to a new series of our X4 Star Wars Interworlds playthrough. This is our pirate playthrough, essentially. Need to come up with a proper name for it, but essentially we're dropping the Rebel Trader series for a number of reasons. And we're starting off as pirates. I have done another episode which should have come up just before this one, which is kind of like how-to / introduction to this series. So it's a how-to in the way of how you go about setting up your own campaign and things like that, and an introduction into what we've actually got blueprint-wise and ship-wise and stuff like that, and where we're setting out. But we'll be covering some of it in this episode anyway. So we are on our station, the Lux Freeport, called the Lux Freeport because I'm a fan of the TV series Lucifer, which was also a comic book, and we're basically got ourselves a station which looks a little bit like this. It's a free port, essentially, and it's basically a brewery, which is this bit here, and a Hut Spice and Hut Chemical lab, which are these bits bolted onto the back, as well as some docks and stuff like that, an energy cell production, and some little defensive towers, which I'm very proud of these defensive towers. They're very simple, but I do like them. I think they look pretty cool. So this is the Lux Freeport. It's located in Endor. We're located in Endor. We accidentally started off in Coruscant, so I had to fly all the way down in my ship. But the station and everything's here. We're next door neighbours with the Enoch Federation. All these sectors as it stands at the minute are unclaimed. Usually what happens is the Enoch Federation moves out to these sectors and starts claiming them. Endor, resource-wise, is basically sunlight and a lot of raw scrap for the start out. We've got a Weekway Corvette, which is one of the new ships, which is this. We'll have a look at that in a bit more detail shortly. It's got a pretty good ship. It's a medium ship. It's a new one. It's slow, at only around about 4,500 meters a second on the old travel speed, but it's got 3 forward-mounted prow guns and then 3 turrets, which you can kind of see there and there. It's a cool ship. It's basically big engines mounted to a slab of metal, which I really like, and these little wing bits here fold up when it's flying. We've also got a squadron of fighters. These are our gang, basically, which are some... We've got 5 Scarabs and 5 Victor Wings. I keep wanting to call them V-Wings, but we've got to be careful with that, because V-Wings and Nimbus fighters are now in the game. So that's kind of what we've got and where we're at. The plan for this campaign then, we've set up we've taken over the Lux Freeport. So originally, in our homebrew canon sort of thing, the Lux Freeport was originally intended to be a private venture. It was going to be a hotel resort-y type of thing, memorial station for those who were interested in the aftermath of Endor. The venture never really got off the ground. The station was mainly constructed. The owner had to abandon it for a number of reasons. One, because no one really wants a hotel in a graveyard. and two, it's a bit out of their way, Old Endor. And as much of a draw as the flushy teddy bear Ewoks were, they're not enough of a draw for it to be profitable. So the station got abandoned near completion. Pirates moved in to take it over, and we've kind of assumed control of it in the interim. And we're planning on, or we're trying to unite the pirate factions against the Hutts, because the Hutts have had too much of a stranglehold on the kind of like the criminal element for too long. So that's our main rivals. We're not starting outright at war with them, but we are starting with them in mind. The plan is we're going to try and out-criminal empire them for this playthrough. We started quite a ways away from them, so Hutt space, generally speaking, is right over this neck of the woods. There you go. So no, that's Valerian Syndicate, isn't it? Oh no, it is Hutt Cartel. Excuse me. So yeah, so they're all the way up here. We're all the way over here. We're going to build our empire here, and see what we can do, and see how much of a foothold we can gain. We're not putting any challenge criteria in at the minute because I found it very limiting when we were on the New Republic Rebel one. This is all about us basically outdoing the Hutts at their own game. So a couple of things we need to do first of all. So we've got this wonderful station, but if we look at our mission manager, we need an acquire a captain for that. But if we look at this, we've got no traders, we've got no miners, we've got no solid storage capacity, and we need to restock the cargo drone. So this episode we're kind of going to be setting everything up, and we don't really know nearby anyone that's selling any of these things. So as first order of business will be to take a couple of these scarabs and essentially set them up as explorers. So I want you to explore Endor for us, and we'll take you. Remove those, and you can start making your way down to... We'll retrace the steps that we took to get here. That sounds sensible. So I want you to go there, and then go here, and then I think that one should link up with there. Relationship-wise and faction relations and stuff like that, these are the ones that we've said we're known to. We've got the Valerian Syndicate at +10, partly because they're another pirate faction. We're sort of in an uneasy truce, and the main reason is so they don't plunder our ships. Because when pirates attack our ships, if we attack back, then we lose reputation with us. And I want to be the pirate king, not the lone pirate faction in the game. Mandalorians is the same. They're at +10, and the Black Sun are also +10. The Hutt Cartel and the Hutt Pirates, we're not best. We're at 0 and -5 with them because we don't really care about the Hutt Cartel. They're our rivals. So we covered that in the introduction video. We've been invited to join the Bounty Hunters Guild, which we might actually do some bounty hunting missions for a little bit of money because we've only got 50,000 to start off with. So first thing I'm going to do, so we can start off with a win, if we look at the crew, promote best crewman to captain, Brock Yannick. He's going to be our captain for the moment. We got the Scarabs exploring, which is nice. And we need to see about getting some trade ships and some solid storage. So, how much we got? We got 50,000 credits. That's not a lot. So we're also going to need to do some missions. Now, naturally, because these are uninhabited sectors, we're not going to get any missions from these guys unless there's a Black Sun base kicking around, which I don't think it is down and around here. I think it's mainly just jump bases. I'm trying to think where the Anoke Federation has things, because they're going to probably be the first people that we make good friends with. Just to quickly go over the station statistics, because even though it's not much to look at, she's a little bit of a beast. Loadout wise, we've got 300 anti-pirate lasers and 96 station batteries and 338 shields. So she should in theory be pretty good. This is the start of a new series, and I'm thinking, because there's a brand new update, there might be some fairly new people to it who might not have seen X4 in all its glory with this Star Wars mod. For this first episode, we'll just do some bare bones basics, what we'd usually do when we're first setting up, and then we'll move on to that. So first things first, obviously, this is our Weequay Corvette. The Weequay being the slightly, what's a nice way to put crusty looking species of aliens. Usually, I think the most seen on places like Tatooine, they're usually the hired muscle for crime lords and huts and stuff like that. So this is the ship. As you can see, it's a beautiful looking ship. Like the design and oh wow, the wings expanding and that are absolutely brilliant. As I've said before, this is my type of a ship. It's 6 engines bolted to a slab of metal with guns pointing forward, which, you know, pretty fantastic. There's no actual interior as such on this ship. Viewing angles a little bit, it's not my favourite viewing angle, but you know, it works. It's good. The Freeport station, I think, works as a nice design for a station taken over by pirates. I've tried to make it so we're not actually that overpowered on this particular playthrough as regards to blueprint wise and stuff like that. We've got everything we need. So I've got the blueprints for the Freeport bits, the brewery, and a few choice ships, which if you watch the introduction video you'll soon kind of figure that one out. The choice ships were basically down to ships either you can't get in the game very easily, or ships that belong to certain factions, such as the Imperial Ascendancy, who have a habit of getting knocked out pretty easy and pretty quickly. And if there's ever a time where we want to say get the, I think is it the Procursator or something like that. If you want to get it, as soon as the Imperial Ascendancies have lost their HQs and stuff like that, that's it, it's gone. So we've got it in the bank. So endgame, maybe we can end up with it. I've not played much of this update, so I don't know whether or not the New Republic are actually as strong as they were, because they did like to steamroll pretty much everyone. Previously, one of the reasons I'm doing this series and the way I'm doing it is so we can kind of ignore the New Republic and the Galactic Empire and everyone like that, and just focus on like the factions that kind of get left out a lot, and the factions that have had new updates, such as the Huts have had some new ships. They've got the Sorosub luxury yacht, this Weequay ship. And then the CSA have got a couple of new ships in the way of the V-Wing and the Nimbus. So yeah, so it all looks pretty good. So my first thing, because I believe we've got a few advanced satellites, is I'm just going to quickly drop a couple of advanced satellites in this sector, just so we get an idea of what sort of traffic comes in and out. We need to put together a kind of checklist of things to procure. In fact, we'll let that do its thing first. We want to find a way to Bespin. Start guidance to object. So it's wanting us to go through Anja and... is that to Kian? No. Sarah, and then we'll be taking that jump down there. So things that we're looking for: Black Sun bases. They're going to be pretty good in trading. Places with ice, because so for a brewery you need ice to turn into water. For spice you need water. You need ice to turn it into water. We can probably buy it in if we can find anyone that's actually stocking it. Let's see if we've got any information. So we've got ore and silicon down there.
Engaged.
We've got sunlight in that sector. Helium and methane. I seem to remember from older playthroughs down here you do get a lot of and a lot of these we haven't gone. These are a lot. There's a lot of gases down this neck of the woods. Other things we'll be on the lookout for is obviously the Katana fleet, part of the Katana fleet, because that is splattered around quite a lot. And yeah, and basically it'll be a case of building up an empire, building up some a fleet of ships, some of the lesser known ships, some slight crossover from when we did the Bounty Hunter series, so there'll be some Kiraxes and stuff like that. But yeah, so hopefully it'll be a nice little series, and we've got a clear goal, which is to go against the Huts, so we're not trying to be too fancy like we were in the Rebel one. And not putting ourselves some silly, well, not at the time, some challenges that are very hard to accomplish. Right, let's have a look then. So I'm just going to have a little fly around here, and I'm going to try and find us Bespin, and then we'll try and find some shipyards and stuff like that. See how much we can do. We'll also probably end up taking some missions for the likes of the Enoch Federation just to get us started. So the mission types, when you kind of like, especially when you first start playing X4, they're the very kind of grindy type missions. Destroy minefields, destroy this, collect these. Wow, this is a nice fleet. It's a nice fleet you got there. We're going to try and get a Valor class as well, because I really like the Valor class. Oh dear, we can't look at it now because it's Lorter. Yeah, the Valor classes. I'm kind of like 90% sure the Valor class is it's an unknown station. Yeah, is the one of the Old Republic ships. I could be wrong, but it looks a lot like the Old Republic one. So like, if you've ever played the MMO, the Star Wars MMO, which I believe is called the Old Republic, there's a ship that looks very much like the Valor class in that. I think it's only a large ship, it's not an XL ship, but it looks pretty tough. Oh, it looks pretty cool. It's got like nostalgia because I really like the Old Republic game. So, right. We're going missions. Peace and stability, what's that? Patrol! We'll accept that. We'll do a patrol of Gerentham. Or Gerentham. Who knows? I'm thinking it's going to be this gate here. So we'll take a little cut and then I'll see you on the other side of this gate, or I'll see you in Gerentham.
Jump completed. Gerentham.
Okay, so here we are, and we've got a little bit of a patrol mission to do. As this is a new playthrough and we don't really know what's what, patrol missions are a really good way to start off, because what you can do is, if you do a quick scan of the system, you can find the stations and basically just sort of fly to them. Do a bit of explore. Excuse me. Do a little bit of exploring whilst getting paid a little bit of money. I don't really know what sort of missions are going to be in here that are particularly piratey. So I would imagine a lot of those early missions to get up enough money to get like miners and stuff like that are going to be missions that are like patrol missions. I'm going to try and stay away from the anti-mine missions. Smart chips, they're useful to have. We'll need some smart chips for the drones. A nice cluster of little stations here. I've never looked at an Nano Federation. Oh, they look pretty good defense stations, them. So this is actually on its side. So that's usually like that 90 degrees that way. Yeah, it looks like they've done an interesting style check up on it. So what else have we got? Advanced electronics. We've got some stations down here as well, or some jump gates at least. It's a nice easy start. Nice nice build up. And what we'll do is we'll get some initial funding, and we'll get some money to essentially build up our fleet. Well, build up his trade fleet. We might even think about getting the blueprints for a scrap station. That might be a bit excuse me, might be a little bit in the distance, because blueprints are very expensive in this game. And we'll probably actually need to make friends with the Enote Federation before we can do that. It will be interesting to find some Black Sun stations and see if you can buy blueprints from those. I know the Black Sun shipyard, if you get friendly enough with them, you can buy Star Destroyers, which is pretty cool, the ISD-1. I'm hoping with this series as well we can maybe perfect some boarding techniques, because in the past one of the things I've really struggled with is boarding. So we may see about trying to steal a Hutt Venator, because the Hutts use the Venator as their capital ship. that might be a good way to introduce ourselves to the huts. No. Okay, so I'm just going to do this little patrol mission. We'll see if we'll find anything good, and I'll come back in a minute, because I'm afraid I need to get a quick drink, because yeah, my throat's really sore lately. But hey, the show must go on and all that jazz. So I will see you in around about 15 minutes. So I've just thought of something which some people may not be aware of. So in the latest updates, one of the things that you can find or could find were some dreadnoughts, essentially free dreadnoughts. And if you go into your global orders, what you can do is mark them. So you can set it to claim, protect, ignore a lot of different things. By default, it's on ignore. I'm going to set it to mark claim if possible, but it should notify us of basically any ships that we might find. It'll mark us on our map, and it'll come up with a little radio message saying, "So we found something out here." If I've got it on claim as possible, hopefully it should try and find them. We were a bit unlucky on the Rebel one. We didn't find any of the Katana fleet, and same on the our Imperial playthrough. At the minute, we've not found any, but I'm hoping this time we might get a couple of free dreadnoughts. But yeah, I thought I'd just quickly share that with you. We've got 12 minutes to go, and then I'm heading to Bespin. We've got a patrol mission for Bespin as well. That'll get us a little bit of money, so we can hopefully start getting some ships. We need some mining ships. But, well, we need some sectors that have got ice in that are within a couple of jumps of us. I think there should be some more jump gates around here. So when this guy's figured this system out, we'll have a look. And we've also got a system up here as well, which we'll set to explore actually. So I didn't know you could change the distance. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that, get us some money, and then hopefully soon we'll find a trading port of some description, and then we can make some money. So we've got our first payday, 92,000, which is not bad. That brings us up to 143,000. That means we can now start. We've got potential to maybe put a bit into the account of the free port, so we can see about buying in some water. It's wanting 12 million to get it done. What we're probably going to do is wait a little bit until we can get some what do you call them? Solid storage blueprints. I don't think usually blueprints are that expensive. If we can find some various different wares, we can actually make some EMP bombs, and we can actually attach those to the hulls of station, and there's always a chance that you can steal blueprints from them. We're just heading to Bespin now because we've got another mission is basically another patrol mission, so we'll scout out Bespin. I don't think there's usually anything in Bespin, like station wise, but you never know. It is very much a case of every time you start a new game on this, it's a different seed. So yeah, so we'll do his patrol mission in Bespin. And one of the other things we can do to potentially find some other missions is scan stations, and you basically, once you scan stations, you find new and exciting things. I say exciting, they're usually just little bonus missions in a sector. So we'll do this patrol mission. There's the Bespin free port there, which is always useful to know where it is. Let's have a quick look. What have we got? Some traders. Yeah, so initially it's all about kind of like just accepting some slightly rubbish missions and checking out what's going on. We got some Nebulon Bees, which is pretty good. Solar power plant. Tell you what we'll do on that solar power plant is we'll do a quick scan, see if there's any missions. So yeah, so one of the things you can do, so like a random station, and so a lot of people will already know this. It just kind of fits in with the theme of what we're trying to do, being a pirate. So if we go to this station here, and then activate your scan mode, which is Shift and 2 by default. There's a couple of things we can actually do at this station. One, we can destroy these little drones. These little drones are useful for a number of reasons. Oh, we missed that one. That's fine. They give you money for killing them, and it also increases your reputation with different factions. But what we're looking for is underneath where it tells you the speed, so underneath this bit here, you'll get those little bars. So that means there's a signal, and that is what we're looking. This station's actually got a couple of these. So if we just cruise up to these with our scanner active, we can. So that's unlocked a basically some bonus for selling it food or whatever resources. Sometimes you get cheaper resources than that. We're more interested in the missions and blueprints. You can get these to spawn, these little data hacks things to spawn by...
Are you interested in a job?
I might be. Get somewhere, seems illegal here off the station, but the station just want to... so, yeah, so this one, you get 500,000 credits to hack a security control panel, but we'd need some security bypasses and stuff like that. So we'll have to leave that one for now. But yeah, so that's something else that we'll be probably doing a fair bit of in this series. This ship's a little bit big for scanning complex stations or tight spaces. Oh, there we go. Not much we can do about that one. We can destroy these. There we go. Have you dropped anything for me? Nope. And we do have an information node somewhere down here. Please don't be the one I've already been to. So this tells you the direction to go. So it's strongest to the right. So we go to the right. And now it's saying it's stronger roughly central. If those bars start getting smaller, you know you've gone too far. If they get bigger and bigger and bigger, you know you're on the right tracks. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes to find them on some of the stations. They can sometimes clip.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Into the base. I think that might actually be on the inside. Let's just have a little fly up here. Now I'm thinking the No Federation might be a good one to be kind of allies with initially, because they seem to be pretty, not friendly with pirates, but they're not exactly hostile. Ah, there we go. What are you? Data decrypted. Alright, so that with those ones, that usually means there's more data nodes nearby, and if you get 3 of them, you get a special prize. Sometimes it can just be a case of, well, you've decrypted the data. There's also missions as well given out by stations to repair those data leaks. I don't want to dock. Oh, we got another data leak down there. And we're also crashing into something pretty heavy. Oh, there it is. That's the droid we're looking for. It's another mission. Have we already had this mission? I am bumping my ship against the side of this station. Like I said, these are usually better done in small fighters.
Are you interested in a job?
It depends what it is. Security decryption. Again, if we had the items, these are a really good way to make the money. A lot of those items drop from essentially just destroying other fighters and being in combat. So yeah, so I'm gonna have a look around Bespin, see what else is kicking about, if there's anything or nothing, and then once we've done that, we will come back to the action, so to speak. Let's have a head down this way. So yeah, I will see you very soon. So, the minor little update then, just while we're getting things kicked off here, we've done the Bespin mission, so we've patrolled Bespin, killed a couple of drones and things like that. We've now got another patrol mission, which is for a note, the actual a note system. We've managed to find the shipyards as well. So, yeah, the Anote Federation doesn't have anything really in the extra large variety other than the support ship, the harbour class, which will probably end up getting a harbour anyway at some point. But combat wise, it's pretty rubbish. With the Anote Federation, I think their flagship is usually the Valor. That's a heavy cruiser. So we're definitely going to work towards getting one of those eventually in the fleet. They do a freighter version of it as well, which is weaker hull, as you'd kind of expect from a freighter. But look at all those gun points. That's just the freighter version. On the big boy version, we've got even. I would imagine it'll have even more firepower potential. So yeah, so we're patrolling the actual Anote system now. Hopefully we'll manage to find their regular faction representative. Speaking of the Valor, there's one in the flesh. I really like these. I think they look pretty cool. I believe there's something very similar to these in the new Ahsoka. So in the new Star Wars canon stuff. I'd have to re-watch it, but yeah, they're extremely similar. But I always remember these from the Old Republic. So there's like a mini game on the Old Republic where you're in essentially fighter craft. I do apologise. I'm still struggling with the old pulley sickness. But yeah, it's like a mini game within the game where you're in a fighter and you've got to take out various different things like ships and other fighters. It's very much like an old style arcade game, in the way it sort of acts. Like if you've ever played, what is it called, Afterburner or something like that, which basically the ship flies itself, you turn it like left, right, up, down, to dodge asteroids and go around things and line yourself up to shoot and take out targets, but they have big capital ships that you've got to take out as well. Well, you take out the hard points and the shield generators and that's one of them. That Valor class or something very similar. I'll have to check. We'll put some screenshots up if I remember when I'm editing. So yeah. Oh, and we found the faction representative. That's good. So that's that mini quest done. We've now got a place where we can buy some ships. So, because we're waiting for the timer to run out anyway. Ooh, what have you been dropping? Silicon. Ah, what has a note got in it? Why does nobody have ice? I'm sure there's another gate in Endor. We might have to go out and explore that, because sometimes... Oh no, it's exploring on the right plane. Maybe it's not exploring enough. But yeah, and I'm sure there's another gate from Endor, because it kind of loops up that way. Unless that's a dead end sector and it's Anja that's got the gate. Anyway, let's have a look at what we could potentially buy in the future from these guys. So, as first traders, we're probably going to be looking at the maybe a Tribune. I've used these before, as you can see. They're just over 1 million, which is, well, just shy, 1.5 million, which they're a good ship. You also can get the YT 1300s from these guys. Again, ships that I've got presets for. Bit cheaper. What's the capacity on these compared to? So 5,800 versus 6,200. So that is actually, technically speaking, a little bit of a better trade ship. So yeah, there's also the Action 4s, which I love the Action 4. It kind of reminds me of some sort of toolbox. When you look at the Action 4, it's like this is the little handle, and then you've got the bit, and then you'd fold it all out. Yeah, I like the Action 4, and they come in a variety of different configurations. So you've got the gas miner, you've got the transport, and you've got the ore miner, and then there's the G9 rigger. You can tell this is an older model, the textures on it and stuff like that. Not a fan of the G9 rigger at all, but I suppose if we were using it as a trade ship, it is quite a decent cheapish trader to get us up and running. Likelihood or not, we're probably going to be looking at how much is it for a quad jumper miner? That could be a decent little miner. A couple of these to get us started off, because they're cheaper. Doesn't look like they actually have much transport-wise, unless we went with the HWK, the Hawk 290s. So we could be running armoured transports, basically, which could be quite cool. So yeah, and we're going to be talking to these guys about getting some blueprints in a minute. We'll do this mission soon. We might have enough. Apologies for the background noises. We might have enough for some solid storage blueprints, which I think will probably be the best idea for us to start off with, because then we might be able to start getting a bit of money to buy ice, to import it if we can't find anywhere to actually get ice from ourselves. Are you still exploring? Well, so you've still got a little bit to explore out, which is good. So I'm hoping that there is another jump gate around here. It's tempting to just basically tell them to move on to the next sectors, but if there's a Katana Dreadnought or anything hanging around and we miss it, I'll be a bit upset, because that would be a nice early game ship for us as well, if we managed to find one of those dreadnoughts. What we got here? Meat factory. And oh, it's out of bounds. We'll just fly to this station so we can figure out what it is, and then we'll turn around. So one small annoyance on this with the patrol missions is sometimes, even though it's technically a station within the system, it falls out this sphere of influence. So it's technically not part of the system, but ho hum, what can you do?
Unknown station.
There we go. Let's have an explore and a look around. So we've got sensor component factories. So, I mean, the Enote Federation does look fairly well fleshed out. The only problem is with the Enote Federation is when the New Republic decide to go to war with them, and the message has already come through, so you get this message, which is kind of like a trigger. So according to the latest reports, New Republic Senate is gathering discussion of possible violation of investment treaty signed between Republic and Enote Federation. Yeah, so basically they're planning to go to war with them. It's kind of like a story mission, so to speak. So yeah, so we're going to have a look around here. We're not that far away from the sump and places like that. Where's that for? Bespin. We've actually got these. So we'll have a look around here. We'll get some money. We've got plenty of options to get some credits to basically get us set up for the rest of if we need any money for blueprints and stuff like that, which is nice. It's just unfortunate that the type of missions that they are the slightly boring ones. Oh, and we're going completely the wrong way. So I will see you very shortly when there's actually something to do and something to report. So yeah, while I try and find my way to these other unknown stations. Okay, so we're back. We finished the mission, so we've got a little bit more money in the old bank. We'll just get all those little bits from there, and what we need to do is we need to dock with this Enote station. We're going to have a word with the faction rep person, see what is on offer. Just spent the last 10 minutes or so just scanning for data leaks and stuff like that. Not found anything of great importance, really. Oh, we're going to have to spin round. Just.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We're now classed as being friendly with the Enote Federation, which is good. We've talked about this in other series and stuff like that, but there's lots of benefits to becoming friendly with factions. Basically cheaper things when you're buying stuff from them. They don't attack you. You get access to buying different things from them as well, which is always a bonus. Other little update we've got missions and finding the places that we need. We've also found ice, which is in this little sector here. Fiera. Fifo from place. But yeah, it's got ice, which is something we can make use of because we need that ice so we can get this station online and produce. And I think that's going to be kind of our goal for this particular episode. It was a bit of an oversight on my behalf not putting solid storage on the base, which is unfortunate because it means we now have to spend some money on actually buying the blueprint, which is going to be expensive, and then buy a mining ship, which is probably going to be, wouldn't surprise me if it's an equal amount. So blueprints, modules, storage modules. We'll just have a look at a small solid. How much would a small... Oh, we're going to need small liquid as well, aren't we? No, not for ice. Right, so we haven't got enough for it at the minute. Is it any cheaper for the vertical? Yeah, so it's a little bit cheaper. So we need 375,000. And this is a cheap module. This is just a bare bones basic. When you start getting into ships and stuff like that, you're going into the hundreds of millions. Building your own ships. So is it under production modules? Build modules, isn't it? Like 200 odd million, 400 odd million, 66 million for a maintenance bay for a ship. So yeah, money is pretty damn hard to come by in this game. But we have found the place where we can get some ice, so we're partway there. We just need to get a little bit more money. Is there any missions by any chance? There was one to patrol. Mining mission to destroy mines. They're always boring and repetitive. I've done so many anti-mining missions on this game. It does very much remind... Hello? No trader? Oh, okay. Strange. Can we craft anything? Nope. Figured I said anything. Right, let's take the scenic route. Yeah. It's very like MMO, so it always, things like that always remind me of World of Warcraft. You've got to collect random bits of animal. Although back then, back in the good old days when WoW was, there was nothing like WoW. They were quite fun things to do. Like running when you'd left the little starter area in where do we? Not Goldshire. Were it Goldshire? I can't remember. So there was the Abbey. You went to the Abbey if you were starting as a human. Anyway, went to the Abbey. Then where did you go? You did all the little starter missions down there. Then you went to the Goldshire Inn. Yeah, I think it was Goldshire. Look at the detail on this model. It's beautiful. And then you went up to Stormwind, didn't you? And you met some people in Stormwind, did a few little missions there. I remember when they introduced daily missions and stuff like that. I might be showing my age a little bit. When I first started playing World of Warcraft, I think it was Burning Crusade had just dropped. And it was like Stormwind was such a small, laggy place compared to what it is now. I occasionally drop into World of Warcraft. Yeah. Fun times, had by all. We had his own little guild, which was mainly like maybe about 5 of us, but the guild was nearly full with just alt characters and bank alts and all sorts of good stuff like that. Happy days. Right, what was I going to do? We need to find a mission, preferably one that pays more than 55,000 and is not that. there was one to actually go into Bespin. Do a patrol in Bespin. Right, let's set guidance to there.
Engaged.
Let's have a run around. I don't want to stray too far because we need to come back and dock with this place. So we're going to need to basically build this storage module. We need the 300, well, call it 400,000 to build to actually buy the solid small module. Then we're going to need 150,000 to hire one of these builders to actually build the station. Then we're going to need what, 500,000 to actually buy the cheapest miner we can get. So yeah, it's all money on this game, and it's pretty hard to actually start getting money. Raid on Endor? But I live in Endor. What? Don't raid Endor. Why would you raid Endor? Well, good luck, Note Federation, if you want to try and take Endor. You won't manage it. Well, say you won't manage it. The Note Federation is not known for its particularly big fleets. I'm sure my station will be able to hang out for itself for quite a while. Right, have we got any missions in here? Mining survey. Nope. Don't like none of them. Don't like none of them at all. Let's keep having a fly around, see if anything pops up. Oh, now they want to raid Sierra. I think it's kind of like they've already started taking claiming these sectors. That's fine. That would be quite fun if we ended up in an early game war with the Anoke Federation.
Autopilot disengaged.
Right, let's start guidance to the Greater Javine. See if we can find some missions. So we need another. Need a couple of missions that get like 100k missions. I mean, the other option is we could actually sell some of his fighters. One of his fighters would get us over the benchmark for what we need. But I'm a bit reluctant to do that as it stands at the minute. Got the Black Sun patrolling us. I'd like to try and find some Black Sun bases as well. I'm hoping some pop up at some point, because it'd be good to start making acquaintance with the Black Sun. Is it the Black Sun Darth Maul's crew? Or is it... No, I know he took over the Black Sun. We're kind of doing a nice version of Darth Maul. There's a Black Sun at one of the really old gangs, aren't they? Because in the X-Wing Miniatures game, they were one of the first ones to kind of get their own mini faction with the scum and villainy. Because I remember buying the little box set, came with a...
Completed.
I think it was a Y-wing and two little Z95s. Satellite repair work. Alright, we'll accept that. We'll accept.
I knew I could count on you.
Engaged.
So these missions don't actually pop up all that often from what I've seen. The really easy ones,
Satellite.
you just have to get out of your ship with your repair laser and give it a quick zip zap, and that's the mission done and you get paid. So these are like not much money, but you do get quite it's easy. It's kind of like being given 50,000 credits or whatever it's doing. Between them, that's another 110,000 credits, I think, roughly. We're going to end up doing some mine missions, aren't we? Right, so we just go up to it nice and close. In our little weak way Corvette. It's such a cool little ship. The Black Sun seem to like them. I've seen quite a few of them in the Black Sun fleet. Right, you want to get fairly close to them because we are going to have to EVA. So we're in a couple 100 meters. Come on, my little crew. Keep us steady. Use the space suit. No, the space suit. I'm going to use my space suit. I am. I don't seem to have any control. Ah, there we go. So we want to make sure we have our repair laser. I'm sure I gave myself a little laser. Oh, I did, look. So that's the hand laser personal blaster thing. I don't know how much better it is than the beam, but it feels more Star Warsy to me, the personal laser, personal blaster. Enemy spotted. Do hope they're not referring to me. Maybe this was the ploy for the Anote Federation to take over Endor, get me to EVA, and then just pop me out of the sky. I have noticed in the recent update, so the last update, it seemed to not happen as much. It used to happen every time your ship got destroyed. You immediately got targeted in your EVA suit. They only seem to target you now, or maybe it's just me and maybe I've just been lucky. They only seem to target you when you're if you're hostile towards them. Which more often than not, especially if I've got a space bomb launcher or something like that, I do end up trying to take out the stations or the ships. Yes, it repaired to 100%. There we go. What other mission? Oh, is that a 2 for 1? Excellent, look at that. 2 for 1. So they seem to be kind of like trying to flex a little bit with the raids. Let's fly back to our little weak way vessel. Definitely an interesting looking ship. Kind of looks like a little sort of monster type thing. And them goofy ones from like a kid's cartoon. Count Duckula or what was the one with the thing under the floor? The missus. This one of the missus's favourite ones. A really catchy trapdoor. That's it. Just Google or go on YouTube to find the trapdoor theme song. It's like something to do with the trapdoor. Kids in the house in the trapdoor thing. Along the same veins of Funny Bones. That's definitely one thing that might. Of course, you always feel. I'm sure everyone feels this way about their generation, but my generation definitely had the best cartoons, best kids TV. We had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We had Biker mice from Mars, street sharks, dinosaur version of street sharks, Beast Wars. That was a program and a half. The old Beast Wars. Why can't I dock? All the X-Men cartoon series, the good one. Iron Man. Used to have something called like the Marvel Action Hour, which was the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, and I can't seem to teleport into my ship, so to dock like a normal boy into my ship, so I'm gonna just teleport whilst losing my voice. Teleport to is a new model. It might need some newfangling and stuff like that. Right, cool. We need to find a mission, but yeah, my generation, good cartoons. Right, said Fred. Come on. Ship seizure reward. Open briefing. Oh. No, we can't do that. We would get... Well, it'd just take far too long. Right, I'm going to have a fly around now and stop waffling about rubbish and see if we can't find a mission. We have got enough money to get the blueprint, so we will start making as way back to that place and look at these missions, and then when we've got some more missions and I've got some money, we'll get that sorted. So I will see you very soon. Alright, so it's happened. We've got a mining mission to do. By mining, it's not going to mine resources, it's a mission to destroy mines, and it's on a gate. They're fairly easy missions. The thing you've got to be careful of in a medium ship is they don't stop very quick, so you've got to give yourself plenty of room, because if you accidentally trigger them, you wind up getting yourself destroyed. It's rather embarrassing. Technically speaking, you only have to destroy one mine for it to start counting towards you doing the mission. Every now and again you'll drop on, and what'll happen is you'll destroy, you start destroying the mines, especially when they're around gates, and then someone's ship will fly through and start basically getting them targeted and destroy them for you, which is quite nice. We've got some good range. Shame accuracy is so bad.
Unknown object. Unknown object.
Oh, mine missions. At least we've got good range on this ship, even if the accuracy is rubbish.
Unknown object.
Oh, there's not too many mines either. That's nice. Pew pew. Oh, got it in one shot.
Unknown object.
Boop. Boop. Are we outside effective range? There we go. There you go. Nice, easy 43,000 credits. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to buy a mining ship. Swap the crew. Oh dear, excuse me. Best way to do it is I'll just show you. Right, so we're going to sell one of the scarabs to get the rest of the money for the blueprints and that. But before we do that, because the scarab crews will actually be quite good, we're going to buy a tug miner. We're going to give it the lowest preset we can. Shields. It needs some shields. It makes me more comfortable when it's got some shields. It definitely needs a mining drill. We'll just do the mandatory stuff. We need a trade computer. Targeting computer would probably be useful. Do we need a Mark 1 docking computer? I am not going to be flying this. How much did that put it up to? Put it up to that. We need one resource probe. And we need a pilot. So we're going to... This is like a minimum-ish preset for this ship. We're going to add it to a shopping basket and we're going to confirm it. We're then going to transfer the crew from one of the Scarabs to this ship. So we've got... So if we look at this Scarab, for example... Oh, the crew's pretty rubbish. Why the okay. There we go. So we'll check the star ratings of the crews and stuff like that, and we'll basically transfer the crews across. Let's just actually sort these out because
Jump completed. Anode.
yeah. Because the better the star rating, the better the ships perform. Do you need replacing the best ones as well? Yeah, so we'll sell one of the Scarabs and we'll basically transfer some crew over with it. Or in fact, we could just transfer all the crew to that. It won't be an efficient setup, but
Disengage.
it'll be better than nothing.
Container.
So we are going to be doing a lot of scavenging early on as well, just so we can get things to build upgrades, because we are probably going to need things like security slices and that on this playthrough, just so we can do some of the more like criminal missions.
Container.
And obviously these all help with upgrades, making bombs, and all that good stuff. So there you go. Made some progress towards a space bomb. The good thing about being friends with pirates as well is that we can essentially make buy a lot of the things that you usually need. So I want you to just have a look at your crew skills. Right, so you're actually worth keeping. In fact, they're probably all worth keeping. I want you to work somewhere else for me. I want you to work on the quad jumper. A service crew. You were rubbish as a marine, so we're actually gonna... We need to stop. Transfer you over, and then we are going to get this pilot. Can we get you to work somewhere else for us as well? Service crew. Service crew, assign. Right, so that Scarab will no longer have any crew, which is fine. Because what we're going to do is we're going to sell it to the Anote Federation. Hopefully it'll sell for a decent amount of money. Sell ship out. There we go. So that's some money to get us off of the ground. We can assign you... Well, we'll tell you to fly and wait. We've already got the best captain for the job. Okay, so we need to now dock with this Anote Federation headquarters.
Docking granted.
I'm going to have to turn around again. There goes our little quad jumper. Quad jumpers. So as a mining ship, they're a mixed bag because God, I need to get used to this ship. What are we caught on? We don't know. We don't know. It's caught on something now. Let's back it up. Back it up. Back it up. I think it's because it's got the big fold-out wings on it. That, and I'm a bit of a rubbish pilot. Because if you're following any of the other series, we're not really piloting medium ships anymore. We're just in the big ones. In fact, we don't really do anything piloting wise at all. We just kind of like sit on a bridge and point in the direction of the enemy and let the turrets do the talking. So that'll be a nice change of pace, won't it? Right. Thank you for Orthodoc. Yeah, so what were I saying? This will get us kickstarted to buy the blueprints and hopefully get the materials we need to be able to get it built. So we're going to call it an episode in a minute. I'll buy the blueprints. We will fit the new storage module. Now the big question is, do we want vertical or do we want horizontal? Storage. Right, because we've got 2 episodes to edit to get out for like a couple of hours time. Buy a blueprint module. Storage. Right. So we could buy a medium one. No, we'll stick to small. We'll manage his money a little bit better. Vertical. Sticky downy or sticky outy? That is the question. Horizontal. How much difference are we talking? The horizontal ones are usually better for placement. Yeah, we'll actually go with the vertical. Thinking about how the station works. So
good luck out there.
Yeah, we'll get this planned. We should hopefully have enough money to actually get this built onto this. Get the resources for the station as well. So plan build. Whoa, that's bright. Storage. See, I'm surprised that this doesn't count as the right type of storage that we need, because usually with these it's mixed storage. But there was definitely a mission, wasn't there? Oh well, we're not gonna mess around. Thinking it. Do you know what we're actually going to do so we don't ruin the silhouette of the station? Is we're going to put the storage on our little defense platform. I like that idea. So confirm changes. Now we need to assign a builder. We need to find a builder. This is always the fun one. So we'll get you, select resource management. Yeah, that's fine. We can accept the estimate on that. Cool. So that we'll start building now. We'll get everything taken care of. We will get our little mining ship to our base and then assign it. The reason I'm not assigning it to the base and then taking it, because sometimes if it's quite far away on the old jump gates, it'll sit in like our sector and basically go, I don't know what to do. So yeah, so we're going to call it an episode there. So as ever, thank you for watching. And yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this series because it's a bit different. I've never done anything with the pirates. Most of the time we've been against the pirates, so that should be a nice change of pace, and maybe get some different ships going as well. So As ever, thank you for watching. I've been Captain Jack Gumption, and until next time.